All right, guys, I got a bit of a impulse buy from me personally. I bought this watch. Just the cool factor on it was just off the charts as soon as I discovered it. This is the Citizen JP2000 or JP2000-08e, and it is the Citizen Aqualand ProMaster series. You guys know I'm already a big fan of the Aqualand series. This is the Hyper Aqualand that I purchased a little while ago. But this one being Anti-Digi was just going to be super fun to own and play with, especially with the Seiko Arnie coming out, which I'll hopefully have one of those, I think, next week. So I'll be able to show that next to it as well. But I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that orange on that minute hand is like nuclear. That thing is crazy visible and pops instantly. Plus you have your little digital display up top. Screw down crown, 200-meter water resist. The crown threads on this are horrible. They are so gritty. It is not pleasant to mess with, but you really shouldn't have to, because this module, this caliber C520 is battery operated, and it does the date and all that stuff. So like even up top here, if you push the set button, like it's at 5:47 p.m., it'll do the seconds. The seconds are off right now because I unscrewed the crown and hacked it, so I have to reset it up. But and then you can do it for like the date of the month, and then it's Saturday. And then if you go through the set function, you set the year and all that good stuff. But those are your main displays. You can do mode. There's alarms, and then of course there's a chronograph feature here, and there's options with that. And then you can just go back to your time. You can do 24-hour time. You can do a bunch of different stuff. So let's talk about the size of it. I measured the bezel at 38 millimeter, and then I measured the watch from like around this mode button up to the set button. I measured at about 44.5 millimeter. But you can see the case shape, there's a lot of like contours and protrusions. It kind of wears more like about a 43 mil watch. I would say 42.5, 43, even though it is a little bit wider, and it's certainly wider here. I think this is close to 50 mil if you measure it all the way here. The lug to lug is only just over 47. It's like 47.2. The thickness, it is, it seems like it's thicker, but when you measure it, it's only 14.3. That is not horrific, I think, for the thickness. Mineral crystal there, it's not sapphire. This is a bit of a WTF here. The lug width here is 24 mil. This, in my opinion, should have been 22 mil because these straps are like really stiff. They're not great, so I might have a bit of a challenge ahead of me to find a nicer strap for 24 mil. What else can I say about it here? We'll do a loom shot. I'm going to give you a wrist shot. You can see it has a really nice screw down case back here, and it has a bunch of information. Do not open, service center, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, if it needs a battery, I'm going to do it. But you can see even the case construction, this bit here, where it protrudes out for the depth gauge, is all part of the case. It's really solid. So and there's a close-up of it. Everything lines up really good. The bezel, the chapter. I mean, there's no, like, weird quality control issues here. The bezel action on it, it's going to be a 60 click, and it's not amazing, but it's effective. We'll just put it at that, I guess. Like it works, it lines up, and it does what you would want your bezel to do. It's not a pleasant, fidget spinner, but it does it. So let me give you a wrist shot. I'm not going to fully strap it on because the strap is so rigid that it's a pain in the butt to mess with. But you can see on my 7 1/4, I think it wears great. This doesn't really come into play even when you're doing these numbers, and then you have your offset crown. So super fun, super visible. I'm gonna have I'll have some fun wearing this. I think it could even potentially get looks because it's so bizarre looking. If somebody notices your watch and they see that depth gauge sticking off to the side, I'm curious to see if it gets attention or not. Watches usually don't get attention, but sometimes if you got some funky stuff going on with it, it just might. So here it is next to an SKX. You can see size-wise, it's, I mean, it's a little bit bigger, but it's totally wearable. If you're wearing an SKX, you could wear this guy, no problem. Price-wise, I'm not sure how available these are going to continue to be. I'm not sure what the release dates and all that good stuff was. These have been out a little while. They're probably already even discontinued if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. That says Europe $398. I paid $449 on eBay, and it shipped from somewhere in Asia. I can't remember. So it's it might be a little tricky to get one, but they are out there, and this is new old stock. Comes with the module, comes with this display, this whatever. I mean, it's cool packaging, so I like it when you get the ProMasters like that. And I didn't thumb through the manual or anything, but I'm sure it's gonna have some other things that it can do that I have to find my English language and read and see about the depth meter, and there's some other things it can do with the chronograph and stuff. So pretty interesting watch. And you can see in the background here, I also got this Citizen in. This is another ProMaster limited model. I will do a video of this very soon. These are super cool looking. There's like 4 different colorways if I'm not mistaken, but the red bezeled one is the one I wanted to check out. And then of course I got my Hyper Aqualand. So I'm having a lot of fun with the quartz watches, the more affordable stuff, even the automatics, and it's fun to play with them, guys. So if you feel like it's getting stagnant in the hobby, like venture out a little bit, go outside your comfort zone. Maybe buy something just because it looks cool and it's not, has a bunch of horological history or value or anything, even though like this one does technically, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, keep it fun. So let me give you a Loom Shot. Oh yeah, she glows. The hands are definitely brighter than the dial indices, but it definitely glows. I don't think there's a light on this thing anywhere. No, I clicked some buttons. I didn't see a light anywhere. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next vid.